Good afternoon and welcome to Titan Talk. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. So you have myself, Captain Coop. We have our wonderful The Talent, Major
back on
McFarlane,
this side of the table.
sitting on this side because we have a wonderful special guest who is in the middle of something, so I'm not going to throw him on camera just yet. But as soon as he's done, I'll introduce him, which you guys should already know because it's in the title. We have our wonderful Chief Leon with us today. So I want to thank him
He's a
again
lady.
for joining us. The look on his face was priceless. If only. So today we're going to be doing a reaction video. They absolutely love when I do these. They don't.
No, these suck.
There was the one I had you fooled.
Yeah, it still sucks because it's like going up on a roller coaster.
I had your roller coaster going on that one. So we're going to get into this. When we're all set, we're going to get into this and get it all taken care of. But this reaction video is, I like this one because it shows the more of the nature of how quick things go. To us, I feel this kind of goes into our patrol areas where we're going to run into this more than everything. Our CIDs, KCATA, where they deal with more of the public in a vehicle type thing. And so I think it's a good learning moment.
Good. Well, I know nothing about it.
Yes, that's the whole point.
I see notes. I can read them. No, I can't.
So he's not busy anymore, so I'm going to throw him on camera just to put him out there because everybody loves seeing him more than they love seeing us. We have our wonderful Chief Leon. So again, thanks, boss, for joining us today.
No problem.
Chief. There is.
Did you find a new voice, Ryan, that you're using?
No, sir. I did not.
That's a third.
This is what we put up with. Billy, thanks for joining us. Beatty, good to see you.
Welcome to the show.
Beatty says, "Mr. Leon." See, they're all happy to see you.
No,
Us,
they're
they're
not.
not. They're not. They don't like
No,
us.
they're
anymore.
Nobody's happy to see me. I can't name one person who's happy to see me.
Sullivan.
That's not true. Yes, Sully say Sully loves seeing you.
Sullivan's not a person. Sullivan's a dog.
Yes, he is.
And the only reason he's happy to see me is because I pay for his dog food.
Sully. He is like a person. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so we're gonna hop into this. Right, you two keep them entertained for half a second.
This ought to be good. Can't beat me up. Well, you could beat me up on camera.
I could try.
You could try.
Yeah.
There's
pretty
a table
useful.
in the way.
Yeah.
I'll drown you.
Were you complaining about being in your spot over there?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I wanted you to sit next to Coop.
But that's your spot over there.
No, dude. Seriously, the last like 4
They were
episodes,
arguing about this for like
the last 4 episodes. I got relocated over there.
What made that happen?
Brian.
And his HD camera, which I was like, you don't
When
need to
in
see
what
this.
world did we ever start listening to Brian? Have you seen how he dresses?
Like a lumberjack.
Brian, I hope you're watching this.
He should be. This is his production.
LJ, thanks for joining us. Good to see you, man.
The day I start taking orders from Brian
It was more of a, hey, you should sit over here because it's better for the show.
is the day that bleeping ocean on both sides of the country freezes over. There's no way.
Is he here? Here,
I was looking for my beep. I don't have it anymore.
Oh.
All
can
right,
do
so
the
we're going to
beep.
hop into the video. All right, so give a little background on this before we hop in completely for this video. This happened February 13th. This is Officer Clayton Keener conducting a traffic stop near an intersection. The driver, an adult female, and the passenger, later identified as a 41-year-old male, were contacted by the officer while he was providing license.
Could we move that phone closer to your eyes? Is there any chance that
No,
we could move
dude,
that phone closer to your eyes?
Have you seen him actually like look at
I'm
what he's doing?
visually
Dude.
challenged. Are you going to make fun of me because I'm
not
visually
making.
challenged?
Or you could just go get glasses or
No.
contacts.
I don't want to see the world any clearer than I need to. I'm happy to live in blur.
I'm getting angrier by the second.
So this was
you have a problem.
I don't have a problem.
Yes, you do.
This is a regular traffic stop for a regular violation. So
First
we're
step
gonna
is
get into the
acknowledging
video.
it. First step is acknowledging when you have a problem.
Never said I had a problem.
Your problem. I wasn't listening, so did you talk to us or just...
I did. You weren't listening.
All right. I'll shut up.
How we doing?
You get me for my headlight, huh?
Headlight and a taillight, dear.
I know, and I've got to get it fixed.
All right.
I put a new one in there, but it won't. It keeps coming off, so I have to put my
You probably got a little bit of a wiring issue, don't you?
Yes, and I'm working on it. But I can give you my license, and I'm all
It's
set.
just a
I
normal traffic
appreciate it.
stop.
And sir, do you have any kind of ID on you?
I have no idea.
Nothing? All right.
I do.
What's your last name, sir? Huh? Bunch?
There we go. It's in here somewhere.
What's your first name, Mr. Bunch? James?
No.
I think your brother was looking for you. I stopped him on his bike downtown. He said he's looking all over for you. Not trying to talk to him? No? All right. No big deal. When's your birthday, Mr. Bunch?
Here you go, sir.
What year?
A bit of a
There you go,
hoarder.
sir.
All right. Just hang out here for a second.
So what I skipped over there was just more of the background information, telling what's going on, why they pulled him over, getting
Finding
the
out who's in
information.
the car.
Exactly.
Okay.
They pull the driver from the vehicle. That's her in the background. You can see her on the left. Something else, he's called for a secondary, just some background information here. He's called for a secondary who is with the driver as he confirms more information on the passenger.
Okay.
Are you okay if I open your door, right?
Yes, sir. There's a dog back there. But yeah.
Can you lock this door, dude?
There's one. There's a box.
Just stay right there. All right. Put your left hand on your head. Yes, your left hand on your head. And listen to my instructions. Do not make any movements.
Why not? What the hell?
Put your left hand on your head and listen to my instructions.
What the hell did I do?
Don't worry about it. I will tell you right now. All right? So step on out. Step on out. Don't reach down. Hey, don't reach down.
Look, dude,
I'm
I ain't
gonna
got
fucking
shit going
tase you.
on.
Put your
I
hand
ain't got
up.
shit, man.
I'm gonna tase you.
You're not tasing me, bro.
B41, give me 1033. B41, shots fired. Suspect on the way. Get to cover. Get to cover. Get on the ground.
Now we're going to turn
Yes,
to
your
the
left hand
dash
on your
cam of the
head.
car.
And listen to my instructions. Do not make any movements.
Why not? What the hell?
Put your left hand on your head and listen to my instructions.
What the hell did I do?
Don't worry about it. I will tell you right now. All right? So step on out. Step on out. Don't reach down. Hey, don't reach
Why
down.
not? Look, dude,
I'm
I ain't
gonna
got
fucking
shit going
tase
on.
you. Put your
I
hand
ain't
up.
got shit, man.
I'm gonna tase you.
You're not tasing me, bro.
B41, give me 1033. B41, shots fired. Suspect on the way. Get to cover. Get to cover.
Okay. So this was a normal traffic stop, started for a headlight and a tail light. As they were doing background information on her, everything came back clean. It was when they came back to him.
Yeah, I'm guessing as soon as they made contact with him, they knew he had a felony warrant of some type. They were approaching him in a way that they knew it had something to do with not just a traffic infraction or something. I'm going to go ahead and guess that he had some type of felony warrant and people were looking for him. Another reason why he didn't want to give his ID.
Correct.
God, I hate those fucking
These are
things.
always tough.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, especially ones with
Yeah, both those officers look like they're literally 17 years old to me, which just makes me nuts. But which they are young. I'm just old.
you're not that old. So the felony that came back, you're 100% correct. He was He did not want to give his information because it came back with a felony warrant for possession of a firearm.
Yeah.
And so when that came back, they were trying to pull him from the vehicle.
Did he end up having? I mean, I couldn't tell if he
Yes.
shot first or what.
He wound up brandishing
was a good
a
shoot.
firearm. Was they went to pull him from the vehicle, he pulled it up from the side.
Yeah, I
and
saw
that's-
that. I just wasn't sure if that's
Yes.
what it was or not.
Well, and he's looking at 5 years then.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, he's not wanting to go back to
Yeah, he's
prison.
not wanting to go back to prison. So, listen, there's. I always say this: for us to Monday morning quarterback anything that these young men and women do out here is almost insulting. that they are doing such a difficult job on an everyday basis. It's more difficult than when I was doing it. It's more difficult than when my dad was doing it. It's more difficult than when my grandfather was doing it. What's expected and asked of these young men and women out here doing this is it's just it's hard to wrap your brain around. It really is. I liked his partner saying, "Hey, let's get to cover. Let's get to cover." My dad and I have argued this. There's something about, and I was definitely very guilty of doing this, where if I had somebody in a car stop and they were right here where I could get my hands on them, that I liked that position. I did. I felt like I had more control over that position. But there's definitely something to be said for get myself, get my partner, and get the driver away from what's causing me anxiety here.
Right.
And go ahead and, because we know we have a felony warrant, so let's go ahead and do a felony car stop then, okay? It's weird because you've already started the car stop, so you're halfway into a normal, which is a terrible word to use, to a normal car stop. But what you can do is you can retreat and go ahead, and this has changed now. We know we have a possible felon in the car, and now we're going to go ahead and talk him on out of the car, where I'm using the vehicle between us and him. I'm using distance. I've controlled the driver, sat her down, and some stuff like that. This young man and his partner instead go up and stay close up on it. I'm probably more in tune with what they did. And looking back on stops I had, where what they used to do with us is they would say, if I was 2511 that night, they would say 2511, you 1090. And that's somebody's there with you. Is the person you just ran there with you.
Right.
And normally what I would do is I would stay right there, or I'd have my partner, I would turn my radio off, have him go listen, and I would just kind of make eye contact, and we could just communicate that way, and you just kind of know what we have. There's several different options you can do there. You could retreat and treat it like that. You could do what those young men did and stay right up there on him, where you felt like you have more control of the situation. I think you're going to have people say both. I think most use of force experts would say retreat and treat it like a felony car stop, I think is what they would do. But at the same time, I've done the exact same thing that they did. I found out that I had an actual real bad guy with a felony person's crime warrant right here, and I'm going to control them.
Put your
because
hand.
because I don't want you moving anymore, and I don't want to get you time to move anymore. So they can be critiqued on every single side. Are both these officers okay?
Everybody survived.
Okay.
So everybody here survived,
Including the passenger.
including the passer. They got him in. Medical arrived.
He didn't sound so good.
They approached him.
I don't like those sounds.
Those sounds coming from him did not bother me for 1 second. And maybe that's not politically correct to say, but I'm past the point. I don't care.
There's a point there where you're putting somebody's
You guys
life at
asked me
risk.
on. So you guys asked me on, so you know what my feelings are when
Absolutely.
you pull a gun on a cop.
Of course.
And so you're right. We'll cash that check if that's what you want. Go ahead, Coop. I'm sorry I interrupted you. Everybody's okay.
Everybody's fine. So to get the medical to him, because the gun was still in the vehicle, they actually approached him with a riot shield, got the firearm out of the vehicle, and then medical came in and cleared him. He was in intensive care. They think he's going to survive because this was fairly recent. They're going to charge him with attempted murder of a police officer, felon in possession of a firearm, felon in possession of ammunition, and use of a firearm in the commission of a felony.
He's going away for a long time.
As long as he survives, he's probably never getting out again.
Yeah, and most states work is if you're on the grid as a felon anyways, and you start adding those charges on, it just keeps climbing. Climbing. But I guess what I would say,
I thought the guys did great.
I thought they did fantastic.
One less lethal, and then it got nasty quick, and they did what they needed to do.
There was a comment on here that said, I heard him say taser, but heard gunshots. So he transitioned, if you actually pay attention, when his partner got his hand in on him, he actually transitions when he sees him reaching for something. He transitions from taser, less lethal, to lethal, because he can't see where his hand's going. And so he actually made that transition in there. While his hands were free and there was no confirmed weapon, we had one lethal and one less than lethal, which is, I believe, the way to do it.
And that's, I thought they did fantastic too. The argument for the felony car stop approach is, okay, you and I are at the back of the car. we get the information from dispatch that the subject we just ran has a felony weapons possession or warrant out for him. Okay, now instead of making a second approach where I not only have what's on his body to worry about, but everything that's in the vehicle to worry about, let's talk him away from that vehicle and get a better look at him instead of him sat in here where we're behind the vehicle and we can take more cover. Except that's the argument for it. But like I said,
that's if it came out that way. If he's on top of him like he already was, keep an eye on him. I mean, earpieces now. They're coming back say, hey, he's got a felony weapons charge. I'd probably do what he did.
Yeah.
You know, because if I back off, that gives him time to get away.
Yeah.
Gives him time to get to dig.
reach.
He's digging, and then he starts popping rounds at me. Even if I have distance, I mean, it could go either way. And
absolutely,
so
and I think
I'm just glad it worked out.
Yeah, especially for the officers.
Yes.
Yeah, I like I said, the very first thing that my instinct is especially on, when you have partners and stuff with you with tasers and firearms and stuff. My very first instinct was always to control somebody. If I can get my hands on their hands, if I could get my hands on them to where I can control them, it brought a lot of confidence to me that this situation was going to turn out the way that I wanted to. So I absolutely understand keeping that guy right that close to me. I'm saying what a critic might
sure,
say.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even listen with the guy on top of him.
No.
So is he going to listen when you back off and have him come out and walk backwards towards me? No.
Yeah.
He's just going to stick the gun out the window. Hit a kid, I mean, so it's, I see where you're coming from of devil's advocate of, what they did. But
I think they did.
All the good guys got to go home.
That's exactly right.
That's a W, man.
I'm a happy guy any day.
I was going to say, having no law enforcement experience, just the security experience I have, I don't think they did anything wrong. I think they handled it extremely well.
Yep. I really like it. I remember I had a felony car stop, and they were reviewing mine, and I kept stepping out of cover. And so I'm behind the door giving commands, my door, their car's up there, their hands are out the window, and I'm talking them out of the car. And just my want to have that close proximity, I kept stepping out of cover. And I remember it was JP who would say, hey, why do we keep stepping out of cover on that one? I go, because I'm stupid.
Because I'm bulletproof.
Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm bulletproof. Because I'm dumb.
Come here.
I'm dumb.
And I remember being several times where there, I remember Chief Corky Wells, rest his soul, where there was something that I had used in a video that he was reviewing, and he looked at me. He goes, I don't remember you teaching that tactic in defensive tactics class, And but for the grace of God, go on.
Sometimes you have to improvise.
Sometimes we improvise, but as long as those two guys are good, then I'm the happiest cat in the world, man. That's
no hesitation. They did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, all the good guys got to go home.
Yep. That's a victory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Driver, both officers are perfectly fine.
Good.
Was she related? You may not know, but were they related?
I don't know. There's none of that information, unfortunately. The information that was there for the driver and the passenger
that's fine.
is just that
Curious
they were in the
question,
vehicle
not
together.
even important.
Yeah.
I do know that what clued the officer in, and there's actually he actually says it in the beginning. Your brother was looking for you.
Yeah, the motorcycle.
They have had past experience, and I believe maybe not that officer, but someone on his shift knows him.
Yeah,
and
it's a person of interest
yeah.
who you continue to run into, who's continued to be problems and stuff. Yeah, I mean, we have a variety of names that we could throw out right now that everybody who works for Titan would be like, oh yeah, I know him well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
He's
I
still
know where
around?
he goes. Yeah, I actually.
Still alive
I actually
somehow?
said that at a meeting with Kate. Were you there when I said that in front a certain name in front of KCPD? He goes, "Is he still being arrested?"
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was down the CID.
Yeah. I said, "Yeah, he's still here."
I remember.
And then someone's like, "Oh, that person's still alive."
Still alive. Yeah.
I remember having that conversation with some of the Union Station crew. They were talking about somebody and that I knew the
They've
name.
got their frequent flyers.
And I looked over at our supervisor and I was like, "He's still in the area." He goes, "Oh yeah, every day." I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, you know, I remember my dad saying as a young kid, he said you knew you had been in the job too long when you started arresting the people you arrested as kids, and then that sure enough that moment happened with me.
That
You
could
know,
be.
that moment where I had arrested this young man's dad, and at 15, 16, 17 years later, I'm arresting the young
him.
man. Yeah.
Well,
So, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's
So let me-
Sometimes that happens.
That kind of makes me want to ask you a question on that because I've never thought about that before.
Sure.
Being in law enforcement for long enough to be able to do that. What does that do you have like a personal feeling against that? Like, does that make you hurt knowing that you've arrested this young man's father, and that potentially he's falling down that same path?
That one didn't. The weirdest one I had was I had an attempted suicide, a young man who attempted suicide one time. Years and years ago when he was younger, and we were able to talk him out of a car where he had a weapon, and he went ahead and got himself into treatment. And probably about 7 to 10 years later, same young man ended up at his house, but this time he got it done. And I remember I was at the hospital. And his mom walked in. They had tried some life-saving measures, but he was just gone, and there was just too much damage. And I remember she said, "I remember you from when you tried this before."
Nice.
That one will stick with you. You know, I mean, the thing that you guys have to understand is as we are like, hey, we're the good guys. You know, we're the good guys. Cops, security, COs, you know, SOs. You know, we're the good guys. There's a lot of people who don't see us as the good guys.
Yeah.
And so, you know, getting in trouble with our side, our team, sometimes that's a rite of passage for certain, you know, folks. And there's certain families and people who just, hey, the men and women in uniform are not the good guys. And so, hey, my dad got arrested. Yeah, I got arrested. And then my son gets arrested. And it's too bad that we're that far off as a culture. But we do need to remember that.
Yeah, you'll see it where they're teaching their kids to steal.
Yeah.
You know, and so what do you expect those kids to do when they get older? I've personally seen it.
There are young men and women growing up in this, you know, in this day and age who absolutely do not feel that the police, fire, EMS, that you know, that first responders are good guys. And you know, hopefully we can start helping change that. But that's just how things are.
Yes, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Happy Friday, everybody.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Coop. Jeez.
You're the two dill holes who invited me.
Hey,
I mean that's
I'm just here.
yeah.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Well, then blame Dingus over there. He's the one who
every time.
Yeah, he's the one who
every
blames-
time.
Yeah, give me a happy one.
Yeah.
once.
How about we go into the weather then? The weather's happy.
The weather
Actually, it
is
is.
happy. We are getting away with murder here.
Yeah,
all right,
let's
let's
start
check
mowing
this
my
weather out then.
freaking yard.
So we're looking at weather right now. We're looking at 63 degrees. It's actually been extremely nice today.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Saturday, we're looking at 67 with some cloud cover, so hopefully it's going to be another beautiful day out there. Sunday, we're looking at 50 with mostly sunny. Monday, 47. Tuesday, we're back in the 70s.
I'll take it.
I turn my air conditioning.
Wednesday is 67. Thursday, 67
You're not
with some
turning your
showers.
air conditioning on when
Who
it's
turns
70.
their air conditioner on? at
I got
70?
dogs to get hot, man.
Man.
Or are you sweaty?
That's probably
sweaty.
me.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Me and my doggies.
It looks like closer to the next weekend, and the end of the week, we're looking at some possible showers. So, nice warm weather through most of it with some possible showers at the end of the week. So, it's not too bad.
Yeah, we had a hell of a storm 2 days ago.
I'll say what?
that was some
Somebody
neat
was saying
lightning.
something about hail.
Oh yeah,
I didn't get any.
Like softball. We got a little bit in my house.
yeah.
It was like a
Did you get any at yours?
No hell, but man, we had a hell of a light show.
Yeah,
Really?
about 30
Oh,
minutes.
yeah. It was a killer light show. Yeah.
I always love lightning shows.
Yeah.
It's always a beautiful thing to be
It
able
was
to watch
very
that.
very cool.
My favorite time of year is just when it's got that cool, but
Yeah.
it's like humid.
Yeah.
And you just see a big old cloud rolling in. You just go sit on the porch. And
Yeah, that's exactly what we did.
Sip
yeah.
a beverage and just
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, I had a
And it-
nice herbal tea.
Yes, herbal tea.
yeah,
tea.
herbal.
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 Whatever we
I had a
herbal.
tea.
It's got hops,
I had
barley.
I had a tea.
yeah.
And
I had a
herbal
tea.
It was a tea.
Tea toe.
No, this is. Well, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold on now. Maybe.
Yeah, you're trying to pin me down to something here. Dude.
Well, that's the reason why our glasses aren't clear.
Yeah, no, you're not pinning me down.
Well, thanks for coming on,
No,
boss.
I appreciate it. I love every time you come on here. I know
we could make fun of you since you're
does.
well. We could make fun of you because you're here. You're old and you're bald, but
He's
we
not
appreciate
bald.
you coming
he
on.
shaves. There's a difference. He's got better hair than both of us.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, but I still
You
like to
can't
make
call
fun of
him
him for it.
bald.
He has no hair in his head,
He shaves it.
so it's bald.
All right, Chad, I'm going to ask you guys. Is that bald or shave? McFarland says bald.
Shave sounds weird. Just call him bald.
He's not bald. He
has no hair in his
chooses that
head.
lifestyle.
Well, he chooses
You
the
don't.
bald. He chooses
You're
the bald
saying it
style.
sounds weird because you're equating that to nether regions, and that's why you're doing.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about shaving.
you're equating that to nether regions, which is completely inappropriate. I believe this is a family
You
show.
made the tie.
I wouldn't go that far.
you
no,
made
that-
the tie, not me.
What were you thinking?
That's what you were thinking. You made
Clean
the tie.
shaven. Here. That's what I was thinking.
Now he's coming with
No,
excuses.
I think you were thinking something.
The difference being is
inappropriate.
you're balding. He shaves.
Okay.
That's the difference.
I won't disagree with that. No, he's just bald. Stop saying that.
Now that it makes you, now that I know for a fact it makes you uncomfortable, I'm going to do it all the
dang
time
it.
now.
Ugh.
All right, guys, we're going to let you get back to your weekend. Thank you so much for joining us, boss. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. I know you hate these things.
Aren't you supposed to say something about hydration?
Oh, you too. You too.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't gotten to there yet.
Wait, I just realized there's no cloth anymore.
There is, but it's in the.
Laundry.
It's being laundered.
Well, it's been laundered. I just got to put it back on.
Someone shave on it.
No, it was because you dripped hot sauce all over it.
That wasn't just me. It was all of us.
I know, but it was mainly you.
I don't care.
So we appreciate it, guys. We wouldn't be able to do this stuff without you. So thank you so much. Remember, hydration is key. Hydration is the day before, not the day of.
And have a safe holiday this
And it
weekend,
was
everybody.
phenomenal to see everybody today. Thank you so much.
You got to stop.
Thank you, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe.
Shave.